Did you feel that at some point you might actually be police commissioner of NYPD?
Absolutely. You know, I was on a trajectory to, if not be the police commissioner, I would have been like a 3-4-star chief. You know, just the way I was maneuvering, the connections I was making, you know, the people was loving me. It was all working out great for me. Especially now, if I still was a cop, you know, my good friend, Mayor Eric Adams, is the mayor. So I'm quite sure I would have had an illustrious position.
Okay, so here you are on this major trajectory to potentially get the top spot in the biggest police department in the country. And a situation happened at Freeport. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So I was the president of this organization called NOBLE, National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. I created the Long Island chapter. It's a national organization, but I created the Long Island chapter where Freeport is a part of Long Island. And so they had their first black mayor out there. So I was speaking out on issues dealing with the black and brown community, the police, you know, shootings, kidnappings, whatever it was, came across my table, I would speak out on it. And so the mayor had reached out to me because he was catching a lot of heat over there in Freeport. The people didn't want him. If you know Freeport is basically white on one side, black on one side. The white side is very affluent and they hold all the power in Freeport. And so he wanted me to come out and speak on his behalf about bringing in a police commissioner that's not from within the police department. So I went out there to speak, and it was a very raucous meeting. It's all online. People could see if they do Corey Pegues /Freeport. You'll see. It was a very raucous event. And I spoke out on that. And being an executive in policing and speaking out on another police department, it doesn't fare well for you. So I knew I was going to catch some heat. I didn't realize that I was going to be like blackballed for speaking out on that issue.
Right, because after speaking out, essentially against police officers in a way,
right,
your whole career changed.
Yeah, my career changed. It didn't change in the sense I got demoted or anything, but the stuff that I was doing, I was in the second most violent precinct in the city of New York, which is probably the second most pristine position in policing on a command level. You know, I wasn't getting the perks. Like, we would do things like I would drive around millionaires that wanted to see the city. The police commissioner office would call me and say, hey, I need you to drive this millionaire around, show them, put a vest on them, show them, you know, because they was looking to get money from these people to donate. So the little perks has stopped. It slowed down. But for me, it didn't even really matter because the way I grew up and what I had, it was like, at what point did I start speaking out on some issues that's affecting the community? I would have liked to, you know, get promoted some more, but doing that interview, people was really upset with me.
Right, and in the documentary, they had some of your coworkers talk about it, and they were like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, yo, what's wrong with you? You know what they say, how a reputation takes a lifetime to build and 3 seconds to ruin? It seemed like that kind of happened to you overnight, right?
Yeah, it definitely happened. It happened overnight. But for me, it didn't even really matter because I had gained so much more than I ever even thought or imagined in my life at that point. I'm definitely a product of the 3 M's, Malcolm Martin and Medgar Evers. And if they didn't speak out, I wouldn't even be able to sit on Vlad TV right now and do this interview. So I was good and comfortable in my skin. It was the other people, because a lot of people, they sucking up to people. I don't know how to suck nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They on their knees and they're reaching. And it was like, how much am I going to get before I feel comfortable? And now I can reach back and give back to the community.